Portal, and this is the Rubik's Cube. I'm going to try to solve it in under a minute 30 seconds. I'm going to be a senior at Joplin High School. This is shot during the summer of 2011, and it's June 24th at 10:47 a.m. And I'm going to shoot kind of a promotion about how technology can be essentially taught by a student to himself. And the way I'm going to do that is through this. That's right, a Rubik's Cube. Now, I'm just going to kind of tell you my story a little bit first, and just so you can kind of understand, where I came from with my story, where I came from with the Rubik's Cube, and how I learned to do this, and how it basically ties in with what we're trying to accomplish, which is essentially what the teachers are trying to accomplish, which is getting students to be able to teach themselves whatever they need to be taught, instead of the teachers having to teach it, having the teachers start the students, and then the students teaching the rest. So, a little bit of my story is that I was in debate, and I love debate and everything, and it was my favorite pastime. I really do love it, but the problem with debate is it's rather boring. And what I mean by rather boring, I mean you sit and wait for a long time, whether you're in your room getting ready to debate, or whether you're in the cafeteria, just waiting for your numbers to be called. You wait quite a while for it. So I had to think of some way to just, kind of just basically do something. I had to do something that wasn't going to inevitably hurt my chances in debate or anything like that. I just had to take away to something to preoccupy my time. My debate coach, Mr. Stackhouse, give a shout out to him, he always solved Rubik's Cubes in class. He always had a Rubik's Cube in his desk, and he always solved it. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. I had seen people do it, and I never really thought that, oh, well, I could do it. I thought that was the coolest thing ever, seeing someone being able to solve a Rubik's Cube. He could solve it in less than 2 minutes, maybe 2:05. I don't even know what his record is, but he's fast at it. And so I wanted to learn how to do it. Well, Mr. Stackhouse showed me the first few algorithms. And what I mean by algorithm is essentially, I'm going to show you real quick. Okay, whenever the cube is normal, it's normal, but whenever it's messed up, essentially you can mess it up for 5 minutes or 5 hours, and no matter how messed up it is, I can solve it just as easy as if you'd given it to me after messing it up for 5 seconds, or if you'd done it for 5 days straight. I can still solve it using the same mathematical algorithms, because it's essentially what it is it's advanced math. And what you're essentially doing is you're taking these algorithms and these patterns and you're structuring them into the cube, and inevitably what you're doing is you're able to solve the cube no matter how messed up it is, which is really neat. And he taught me the first couple of algorithms, and basically what he did then is he kind of got a little fed up with me, because I'm really stubborn and I don't like to listen. So I went to places like YouTube. And Google, and I figured out the other algorithms. I used technology as an aid to myself to figure out this Rubik's Cube, to figure out this mathematical algorithm. I used places like that so I could figure it out. What he would do is he'd teach me the algorithms, but I figured out shortcuts. That would help reduce my time. I would just work it to enough to where I could shorten down my time link to less than 2 minutes, which is essentially what you needed to do whenever you use the Rubik's Cube, and essentially how you want to get your time there, and that's how you impress people pretty much. So basically what I'm trying to get out here is that you can use technology as an aid to do whatever you need to do. If you have a teacher who opens the door for you and shows you this one thing and gets you interested in it, you're going to essentially, if you're interested in it, you're going to be like, oh, well, I should go and do that myself, because clinical studies have shown that students actually are more prone to do research themselves if they're interested in the subject than if a teacher is to sit and lecture them for about an hour. I learned how to do this. I love doing it. I can do it fairly fast. And I taught myself the shortcuts and the algorithms needed to do this, with the help of a teacher interesting me in it in the first place. Thanks.